Hey friend, I'm so honored to share space with you right now. Why? Because when we share space, there's no dark corner left behind. We shed light where it's dark by challenging our perspectives and the parts of our mindset that are limiting and even contributing to the parts of us that are unfulfilled. We dig to bring clarity to our mind and by God's grace, even peace for our soul. So if you're really ready to start digging, I'm Coach K Jones and it's Tuesday, so let's talk. Hey, you guys, welcome to the year 2024 and welcome to the first episode of season 2, okay? Season 2 of Tuesday Talk, the podcast. Happy New Year and an even happier birthday to me today on this good old January 2nd. Yes, your girl is accepting birthday gifts, donations, whatever, through the link in the show notes. If you're feeling generous, whether it's $1 or $100, just know I'm extremely grateful and I thank you in advance. Amen. All right. Okay. So what's been going on, y'all? Like, I'm so hyped to be sharing space with you guys again. I miss y'all. And sometimes I wish I wasn't too shy to go live on social media because I would love to interact with my listeners. But God is still working on me and you'll know when he's finished when you get a notification that I went live. And so on this season of the podcast, I'm really going to try to run with some monthly themes here. And I feel that the theme for January is called Lessons Unpacked. Why are we unpacking lessons from 2023? Because we will not be carrying the same habits and repeating the same test again this year in 2024. Because listen, do y'all feel that? Like this energy, this momentum that I'm feeling, I've been feeling this major shift coming since last year, January. And it's been building momentum pretty much the whole year, all year long. And when it hit the last 2 weeks in December, that energy really began to peak. And since then, it's been feeling like a fresh wind. It's feeling like elevation. It's feeling like 2023 almost took some of us out, but God ordained that we are triumphant. It is feeling like someone just reached 100% on the charger in the spirit realm and is about to step into the earth full power. Okay. It's feeling like God is about to pour out double portions for labor pains that we've endured all year out of our obedience. It's just feeling like God is about to show us just how divine his movements are as we watch him piece every part of 2023 together for our good. And if that is not something that gets you going and makes you feel hopeful for these days ahead, then I don't know. Because I think one of the coolest things I experienced in 2023 is something that had nothing to do with me, but it was so cup filling to witness, right? I watched pretty much everyone in my close circle of friends make a decision to choose God last year. The people closest to me, my tribe, are now women who made a decision to go hard for God. And I'm so proud of each and every one of them for where they are in their walks. And I just pray that as they continue to seek God, that God continues to meet them where they are and draw them closer into him. So I have a word for 2024. Well, actually, I have 2 words. If you listen to the last episode of season 1, then you know my word for last year was diligence, and that the word I pondered on for 2024 was precision. Now, precision is the word that bridges the gap for me between last year and this year. And while that's still my 2024 strategy, it takes the backseat to my 2024 foundation and phrase, which is radical faith. Not just faith, but radical faith. Why? So first, of course, let's go ahead and define radical, right? Radical, by definition, means relating to or affecting the fundamental nature of something. It means far-reaching, thorough, or complete change. So let's put that into perspective for radical faith. More specifically, the part of the definition that says thorough and far-reaching. I reached a place in my walk with God where I don't want to remain at the fundamental basics of my faith. I want my faith to be far-reaching. I want my faith to be so thorough that it becomes rare for me to question anything. And I say rare because I'm still human, and as long as I'm wrapped in flesh, the battle with doubt and fear and all the things will be ongoing, and that's okay. But this year, I am striving to truly deep down in the core of my being to have faith. to fully believe God in the word and vision he's given me for my life, especially in times when life looks completely different and contradicts what he showed me. But one thing I can continue to stand on when I'm faced with those times is the fact that God has never failed me or steered me wrong, and he won't start now. I believe that there are multiple levels to everything. So you think about it the same way you think of taking your life to the next level or taking your business to the next level is the same way I'm striving to take my faith to the next level. I know that if I'm going to get to the promises God gave me, it is imperative that I reach another level in faith. The heavier the calling, the bigger the vision, the more faith that is required. So if you're questioning why you haven't reached a certain point or level in your life yet, ask yourself, is your faith big enough? Does your faith reach beyond and meet the requirements needed to unlock the next level? I know we've been busy standing on business on 2023, but this year we need to stand a little bit more on faith because that's the foundation of it all. Radical faith is me standing on the foundation first. Then the execution by precision is what it looks like when I stand on business. And I know that I'll be precise in my movements because my instructions come from my foundation first, which is God. Radical faith, people. Radical faith. This wasn't something that I just came up with off the top of my head either. It was more of a revelation during an intimate moment with God. So having to recognize that last year I trusted God for so many things, but I didn't trust him for everything. Okay. Many things, but not everything. And there is a major difference. I realized the one single area that I struggled with all year long just so happened to be the area where I lacked a full trust in him. And lacking full trust in him in that one area poured over into my family. It became a hindrance to my movement and even shifted the course of my movement from moving in boldness to fear and timidness because I could not trust what I was having a hard time seeing. But that is the very purpose of faith, y'all. Faith is the substance of all things hoped for. Faith is not the belief in all things you can see. Faith is the light that illuminates the dark. Faith says, I can't see in the dark, and even though my vision is impaired, I trust that when I take another step, I won't fall into an abyss. Rather, there is actually another step waiting for me, and another one after that, and another one after that. Faith says, I don't need to see where I'm going in order to get to where I'm going. That's why it's called a leap of faith. Because if you take the leap and knew without a doubt that you would land, that requires no faith because you know. Faith is not a knowing, but it is a trust, almost an irrational trust. But when you're dealing with a God who's all knowing and understanding surpasses ours, it will almost always seem irrational. And for me, I desire to be 100% and completely okay with that. And you know what I call that? Radical faith. That's right. You guessed it. So there was one church service I went to in December, and we had a guest pastor come and speak. And when I tell y'all she preached it down, okay? So I remember the overall message of that service because the one thing she said that stuck with me was, I believe God. She shared a portion of her childhood with us, and one of the things her mom instilled in her that still rings in her spirit was saying, I believe God. And I'm grateful she shared that because when she released that word into the atmosphere, it has since become something that rings in my spirit till this day. And so when you're faced with challenges, just say, I believe God. When you're faced with uncertainty and have no idea how you're going to do something or make it through something, just say, I believe God. And that was just a snippet of such a powerful message. So God bless her because that one message changed the entire trajectory of my faith. And just saying that out loud really serves as a self-reminder too, right? A reminder for anyone actually that's listening. Something for you to remember as we take off this year is this. If the pastor's one sermon changed the entire trajectory of my faith, just imagine the power that lies dormant in what you've been sitting on just because you don't know how you're going to carry it out, or you don't feel ready enough to do it, or qualified enough, or even good enough. The very thing that you're sitting on because of your own minuscule feelings. And yes, I said minuscule because when you carry purpose that has the potential to shift things for the greater good, your feelings of not feeling ready are minuscule. And we're also going to take a moment to pause there again, because that is a hardcore real-time note to self when I was just talking about being too shy to go live, right? Do y'all see how the Spirit has a way of revealing things to you and correcting you in your tracks? I swear, like, I can't say nothing. But anyways, seriously though, whatever it is that you're sitting on carries a breakthrough for so many. And you might be thinking, all right, now, coach, I feel you, but my work isn't that deep. All I do is work at a retail store or something like that. And I have no idea what my purpose is. Well, let me paint a dramatic picture for you real quick, right? Story time. You work at a retail store. A woman comes in to buy a new shirt and a new pair of pants. She asks for your help in picking out a stylish outfit for her teen daughter that might be trending right now. She doesn't want to buy too much because, just in case her daughter doesn't like it. So you casually do your job in picking the best outfit, but you're so helpful and the woman says you really made her day because she was stressed about what to get. But the story doesn't end there. It gets more dramatic. So stay with me. Now, what you didn't know was this woman just recently took this teenage girl in under her wing and rescued her from a super sketchy situation and plans to give her the life she deserves, right? So the outfits that she's buying her is to help her feel confident in her appearance, since that's always been a struggle due to a lack of resources. And now she's starting a new school and she just wants her to feel good about herself. So a couple weeks go by and then the teen opens up to her new mom about how grateful she is and how much better she feels about herself. And of course, not just from the clothes, but from the love and care she receives now. But the clothes were a catalyst to breaking through the barriers of her insecurity that may not have happened if the woman picked out something without your help. Are you following me? But wait, there's more. So the woman comes back into the store, this time with her daughter to buy more clothes of the same style, and she's overjoyed to see that you're working again that day. The mom introduces you to her daughter, and now you're working directly with the teen to pick more clothes that she likes because she said you picked the best outfits, and she feels so much more confident in her own skin. Then bam! In that moment, God stirs up inspiration in your spirit that gives you a heart for mentoring teen girls who struggle with positive self-image. The end. Was that dramatic enough for y'all? Because I really wanted to paint the picture so that you can understand. I don't know how y'all feel, but I might have to add in spirit-led short stories to my resume, because between this story and the story about Cindy in episode 2 of season 1, I might be onto something. But the point is, God can use anything and anyone at any time to be in purpose, whether you're consciously aware of your purpose or not. So this year, I'm encouraging you to keep your eyes open, to increase your faith, and dismantle the belief that you or what you do is not good enough to make a difference, because you could very well be the missing piece to someone's breakthrough. I want to encourage you not only to walk in radical faith, but also walk intentionally and radically in purpose. Of course, it wouldn't be a Tuesday Talk episode without homework. So get your pens and your notebook so you can reflect on these questions, okay? First question, and it's going to be a series of questions, so I'm not even going to say 1, 2, or 3, or 4. What word keeps coming to your mind and spirit for 2024? So just like my word is precision and radical faith, what's your word? What has 2023 taught you that shifts your entire trajectory for this year? What is the vision that God has given you for this year? And is your faith big enough to see it through? What is one or even a few areas of your life where you struggle with trusting God completely? So I'm going to let you guys reflect on these questions. Other than that, I pray that God blows your mind this year and that you're open to receiving his wisdom so that every unanswered question you had last year be made plain to you this year, giving you both clarity and closure in Jesus' name. And again, if you're feeling generous, as I share space with you on my birthday today, you can send me a gift with the link in the show notes, and I will talk to y'all next week. Thank you guys for sharing space with me today. If you found this episode enlightening but want more clarity for how to connect these perspectives in your own walk, or even just need overall guidance for your own journey, don't hesitate to book your free discovery session with me at www.soulvibelifestyles.com, or even take yourself through one of my 30-day self-guided journals by me and my business partner, Sharice Chambers. The link to both can be found in the show notes. This Tuesday Talk episode was powered by my faithful listeners and coffee funders. For those of you who know, there is no Tuesday Talk episode without my Tuesday Talk coffee and you. If you'd like to contribute a coffee to keep me sharp, you can do so with the link in the show notes. Thank you all for your generous contribution, because honestly, what's a woman without God, coffee, and your support? Talk to y'all next week.
Thank you for listening.